So, you want to make a Pathfinder character based on your favorite hero, but don't know which class is the best fit. Sometimes the answer is obvious, but what about the type of hero that doesn't fall into that traditional role? Let's take, for example, the Everyman, Nintendo's iconic plumber, and build him to fit the world of Pathfinder First Edition.
First of all, let's go over the basics. What makes Mario? Mario? One thing is for sure, my boy and I have something in common. We both love to bounce, at least high enough to jump over a medium-sized creature. Mechanically, your standard Goomba takes up a 5-foot cube, so that makes things simple. That requires a DC 20 acrobatics check to jump if you have a running start. Some classes do this better than others, but we need to at least meet the DC of 20. So where should we start? The best place to start is the beginning of character creation, so let's talk stats. We'll be using the quick and easy 20-point buy for ability scores, which gives us 4 14s and 2 10s to distribute between his stats. We'll assign 3 of those to his physical stats so he is effective in close combat. His 1 high mental stat will depend entirely on what class we're choosing for him. For convenience, we can default to Wisdom. Mario wears little to no armor, and he moves like a greased-up cricket on a live wire, so his main stat is Dexterity. Beyond this, he is decidedly average, so his starting stats should reflect this. The human racial bonus gives Mario the humble Dex modifier of +3. Not much to start out with for his jump bonus, but this is only the beginning.
Next, we'll have to choose traits. Traits are Pathfinder's quick and easy character background. Before he was gallivanting around the Mushroom Kingdom, Mario was a young Italian immigrant living in New Donk City. He had several jobs in plumbing, construction, and tending to animals occasionally escaped from the zoo. To avoid New Donk traffic, he would often leap and run treacherous heights to get from job to job. Soaring Sprinter gives him a +2 to acrobatics checks to balance or jump, and acrobatics is a class skill for him. This is good, because we are dumping most of our ranks into acrobatics, and we will be getting the +3 class bonus from the skill regardless of what class we take. His second trait is Rough and Ready. When Mario uses a tool of his profession as a weapon, he does not take the improvised weapon penalty as an attack, and instead receives a +1 trait bonus to that attack. Mario is going to need a sidearm when attacking those spinies and other such creatures that deal damage when he attacks unarmed.
That reminds me, we should talk about feats. Some of these feats we can take in any order, as long as we meet the prerequisites, and some of them will be redundant depending on what class we choose, so we can retrain those feats when we get them. We also have the option of adding the Weapon Enchantment Training. Since Mario doesn't have a standard weapon, we'll be adding this to Mario's Amulet of Mighty Fists. This will run us significantly more gold than a standard enchanted weapon, but he will need all the feats he can get. Mario's greatest feat of strength is his Strength of Feet. Probably most important is Improved Unarmed Strike. Mario can take this as a feat, or he can pick it up with the Monk's Robes. It doesn't explicitly give you the feat. What it does give you is the Monk's Unarmed Damage, which is lethal or non-lethal, rules as written. So you get everything from Improved Unarmed Strike and more. It should work. If your GM doesn't agree, slot a deep red sphere Ironstone into a Wayfinder, and the Resonance power will give him it as a bonus feat. Heck, just buy both and cover all your bases. Acrobatic and Skill Focus Acrobatics are the easy choice for feats that increase his acrobatics skill to a +10 when he reaches level 10. Nimble Moves and Acrobatic Steps will allow Mario to skip through 20 feet of difficult terrain, treating it as normal terrain. He's going to need that extra 10 feet of movement to get a running start in certain situations, so this will come in handy. Mario will have to pay his feat tax with dodge and mobility because his most important feat is going to be Spring Attack. As a full round action, Mario can move up to his speed and make a single melee attack without provoking any attacks of opportunity from the target of his attack. He can move both before and after the attack, but he must move at least 10 feet before the attack, and the total distance that he moves cannot be greater than his speed. These parameters also beat the requirement for the long jump. So we can surmise that Mario can also combine this action with a jump as part of the movement and perform an unarmed strike as his attack, thus stomping on his enemy's head and springing off. Improved spring attack and greater spring attack will improve upon this at higher levels. For his combat style, we've chosen Spring Healed Style. This chain of combat style feats grants Mario +2 to his attacks made while performing spring attack. And he can perform a second spring attack during the round at his full base attack bonus. Wow! Added up, Mario has 2 extra feats that he'll be taking with the help of his Amulet of Training Fists. They must be combat feats that Mario can't use as prerequisites, which narrows the list down to Greater Spring Attack and Spring Healed Reaping. Finally, he'll be taking Signature Style Acrobatics, which is going to double the result of his acrobatics check to jump at level 20. This honestly might be overkill at this point. Overall, this gives him 4 consecutive attacks, the first 2 at full base attack bonus, the third at -5, and the fourth at -10, giving Mario even more chances to move through the battlefield stomping down enemies, and boy can our boy move!
Speaking of movement,
gotta go fast.
for every +10 feet of movements above 30-foot base speed, Mario gets a +4 racial bonus to his skill checks to jump. This is a bonus that stacks with itself. So a speed of 50 gives Mario +8. A speed of 60 gives him +12, and so on. As always, Mario's jump distance is limited by his speed, so the faster he goes, the further his long jumps can reach. There are many ways to increase Mario's jump speed, but before class abilities, the best way is through magic items. First up, the boots of striding and springing.
Money's gotta be the shoes! Shoes!
These boots increase the wearer's base speed by 10 feet. This is an enhancement bonus. He can jump with a +5 competence bonus on acrobatics checks. This stacks with the +4 racial bonus he gets with that extra 10 feet of movement. The Ring of Improved Jumping gives a +10 competence bonus to jump. This doesn't stack with the boots, but it does increase the bonus we already had by 5. We also want to outfit our plumber with a belt of incredible dexterity +6. Finally, Mario should pick up a Tome of Quickness of Action. This is an excellent read to bump his dex score up another 5 points. If we dump all ability bonuses from leveling into dexterity, his dex score will top off at 32 by level 20.
So far, that gives us... This gives our common plumber a total bonus to jump of +50. His high jump is going to range between 26 to 35 feet. His long jump is limited by his maximum movement for the round, so his distance is capped at 80 feet. With this result, Mario can easily spring attack over 4 huge-sized creatures standing in a row. Holy moly. In our next video, we'll start talking about Mario's class. And rather than just assign him one class, we're going to build our plumber with all of the classes and see which one comes out on top as the best spring attacker. This may take a couple videos to get through, so stick around. You might learn something.
Thanks for watching our first video. This short series is about Pathfinder First Edition, but we will be making videos in the future about Second Edition, D&D, and whatever else we feel like talking about. We'd like to make this a channel that focuses on our love of gaming and animation. May even get down to some animated story time, rules reviews, creature lore, all that fun stuff. Anyway, I'm Hawk.
I'm Wiffle Possum. I gotta bounce. See you next time.